Good morning. In this video we're going to set up ZebraCut to run in frame-by-frame mode. This can be really helpful when you have a flatbed machine that is not conveyorized and you're having to manually move your material through the bed of your machine. Now when you do that, manually framing, you're going to find that alignment of the different frames is quite difficult. So I'm also going to show you the 2-point set zero method, which is within ZebraCut. So this video will have two parts. The first part is a technical part, which is how to set up ZebraCut to run in this mode. This only needs to be done once and can be done by our technical support team. Once we have the setup of ZebraCut correct, I'll then show you how to use the frame-by-frame mode, and that's really what you'd be looking for as an operator. So if you're an operator of a machine, do hang in there and watch to the end of the video, and that will be the part that you need. So without further ado, let's go to ZebraCut. You'll see I have a job here which is much longer than my table. My table is 14 meters, but my machine job here is even longer. So to set up the run frame-by-frame configuration, we need to do two things. We need to go to Advanced, and we need to go to the CAM pipeline and modify the CAM pipeline. To do that, we're going to look at this Output Toolpaths step, and we're going to delete that. And in its place, we're going to add in an Output Frame Jobs. And you'll see that reappears and is in the same place. Once we've done that, we can save the pipeline, and we can go to Zebra Settings, and we can go to the CAM execution. I need to make sure that you have Preview Geometry Only turned on. That's really important, otherwise this won't work. You need to have Preview Geometry Only turned on. So that's it, that's the two pieces of setup done. We should save settings. And now we should look at how this works. So I'm going to look to run this whole roll of material through the machine using this frame-by-frame method. So to do that, I'm going to use the preview button. And you'll see this preview button has done something unusual. Because of the way we've configured ZebraCut, it's first of all moved all of your geometry out of the cutting window, the orange box there, moved it up in this case. And then secondly, it's produced the geometry in different colors and grouped according to the frame. So this is being run in 4 frames, and all your options for framing, intelligent framing, are all respected. That'll all work as normal. But now we have 4 frames and we can run them individually. So we could now go ahead and use the Go button to run this. It's really important you don't use the preview button twice. You must then use the Go button on these frame jobs here. If you have ZebraCut set up to require preview, you can turn that off in the ZebraCut settings. But since you've already previewed, I think you'll be all right. So having done that, we can then run the set zero using 2 points. So to do that, we'll use the set zero 2-point command. You'll have to type that into the command line. And I'm going to slightly simulate this because I don't have a machine to hand. But it's going to ask you a few steps. Just need to read through the instructions here. So the first thing to do is to pick the point you want to use for setting 0. Normally that would be in the bottom left to start with, the first point. So I'm just going to do the bottom left point there. If you want, I would encourage you to have OSNAP turned on, and perhaps to have the OSNAP options end, probably not center, but certainly end would be a very good one to have turned on. And in that way, it will snap to the end of the lines, as you see. So that's my first point. At this point, you'd be asked to jog the machine to the correct location. And once you've done that, and only once you've done that, go ahead and press enter in ZebraCut. ZebraCut will wait for you to use the joystick or use Osprey machine control to move the machine around, and then you'd be able to put the laser pointer over where you want that corner of the job to be, and you can then press enter. That will then have moved the job around. Then following that, it will then ask you for the second point, and you would select the second point up here at the top left. Once you've done that, you would then be able to press enter again, and once it's done that, it would then put in whatever rotation is required on your job to correct it for running. Once you've cut that job, and you obviously press go to send it down, once you've set 0, you can then either delete it or move it out the way, and you can then select the next job here and put it in selection mode and send that, set 0 with that one. Again, you would just run the set 0 2-point method. Again, set the bottom left, jog it to the right place, press return. It should then prompt you for a second point, which should be the top left of the job, and then you can again line that up with the previous cuts or with the correct position on your material. The geometry will then move to the correct point. It will be rotated as required. You can then make sure you're in selection mode and then press go to send that frame down to the machine. So one more time, we would make sure you're in selection mode. We would enter the set 0 with 2-point method. We would pick the point on the geometry, which would be the bottom left usually. You'd then jog the machine so that you find the continuation of that cut or where you want it on the material. You press return. It will then prompt you for a second point, which would be the top left. Again, you would jog the machine to line up with the previous cut or where it is on the material. The geometry would then move and be rotated as appropriate so that you can continue the cut. And then once you're in selection mode, you can then press go and send just that one frame down to the machine. So there we go. That's 2 features of ZebraCut, which may well help you if you have a flatbed non-conveyorized machine. Thank you very much.